This video is a quick setup video to help you in preparing your course. So the very first thing you want to do is update your syllabus. You can take any Word document and update that accordingly. I'm just doing a search here for one of my work documents so I can pull one up to show you as I work through it. Each semester I generally check on the syllabus to make sure I've included the correct CRN. Here I've changed the semester type, my office hours, and any other information that's relevant to each semester. To find the course number, it's pretty easy. You can either go into Blackboard, or if you go into the Montgomery College class schedule for the semester you're scheduled, you'll see for the spring, I'm going to click here on the course I'm teaching, which is going to be management. And you can find your name listed on the schedule. I see it here, and the course number is right here, 30273, so that I have that for my students. The next thing you want to do to update your syllabus is find out what the withdrawal dates are. They're really dependent on your course. So here I'm in my MC, and I'm going into the teaching schedule for spring. And then at the top, I'm just going to click Faculty Services, which is really what you need. This is where you submit your midterm and your final grades as well. What I'm looking for is the faculty schedule with drop dates. So here I can see for the CRN 30273, the first full refund date happens at the 6% mark, and for this class, that's going to be at January 28th. February 4th is going to be when they don't get a grade, they won't get a W showing on their transcript. That's usually around the 20% mark in your course. And the withdrawal date, when they need to withdraw and they can still get a W rather than an F. For this one, it's the 73% mark is March 1st. So that's information that I generally put in the syllabus. You'll see here under withdrawal, I just update those dates accordingly, and I include a link so students have information about the graduation application as well. The next thing you always want to do in your class is create the schedule. Here I like to use a schedule that has kind of like a checklist, and I literally just take out a calendar, I check our academic calendar for the year, and I create the schedule based on when the class meets and what I want to get done during each class. One of the things you'll notice on the schedule is the final exam. Now if it's online, you can set it when you want to, but you will see there's a midterm and final exams week. And for final exams, you really want to make sure you check the schedule. It's going to vary from your normal class time. So here what I'm going to do is type in Montgomery College final exam schedule on Google, and it should pop up for you. Give me 1 second. It doesn't seem to like it. Montgomery College. For some reason I'm having issues on the computer right now. Give me 1 second. Montgomery College final exam schedule. Okay, and then you'll see our final exam schedule here. You can actually click and find out which date your class meets and make sure you have your exam within the 2-hour time slot you're allotted. There won't be classes during that week. So after you've made those changes to your syllabus, you'll be ready to start preparing your course site. So the first thing you want to do is find the class that you would like to copy. So for me, I'm choosing a most current management class, which is the one I taught most recently. And I want to copy that course into my new class. Now, the new class, I'm going to go down here. So I'm over here on the left side. I'm going down to where it says Course Management. And I'm clicking on where it says right here, Packages and Utilities towards the bottom. And I'm going to click Course Copy. You'll see here it says Copy Course Materials into an Existing Course. So here it's taking the materials I've already created, class I already have ready to go. You can think of that as the old course. And I'm going to send them to a new course. Here I'm going to look for my exact CRN. I'm going to show all of them, and I know my CRN is 30273. And I just need to make sure it's the right semester. So here I can see the course released around November 17th. So that looks about right. So I'm going to click on that course, and I'm going to hit Submit. Now the easiest thing to do is hit Select All. It's going to choose everything from the class and have it carry over. The big thing you don't want to do is this. Do not hit include enrollments here, or it's going to send everything over to your students as well. So now I'm going to hit submit. And it will take a little bit of time for that to come over into the new course. When it's done, you'll get an email that the process has been completed, and that way you can start making some changes. When the course copy is done, you'll also see at the top it says that the destination is complete, and you can access a detailed log if you'd like. I'm just going to close that. The next thing you need to do is fix your quick links menu. A lot of quick links just copy over new every time you copy a course. So for example, here there's a new syllabus link which is empty. So I'm going to delete that because I already have one from my old course that's all set up and ready to go. So I'm deleting that. You'll also see something called course content that always copies over. This little box indicates that it's empty. I'm going to delete that as well. You could also hide it, simply because there's no content in it. Okay, and then that'll help. Now you also want to clean up the way your class the sitemap actually looks. So I have a learning module in my class that actually has a sitemap, and so I try to follow the explanation here in the same order. So first I'll have the home page and I'll have my syllabus link. When it has this little grid arrow, you can pull it up and just kind of drag it where you want it to go. So the home page, the syllabus, and now I'm going to drag up the line here. The next piece, course mail, announcements, and discussions. So I'm going to move that up and then again put a line in. The next thing on my sitemap, I have learning modules, assignments, exams and quizzes, and my grades. And so I'm going to move the tools, the help, and the MC resources down to a lower page. Textbook and study tools should be showing up next, and I also added pick analysis there. And then I also include a link to the free online tutoring we offer students to give them easy access to that as well. That helps to clean up the quick links menu. The other thing I always do just to check and make sure everything is kind of lining up correctly in the system is I go into the Grade Center, and I just need to clean this up a bit as well. The system always has a weighted total. I like to delete this because it can cause some issues. If a student hasn't submitted an assignment, it doesn't track it towards their total grade. Same thing here where it says total. I'm going to delete this column as well. It just creates some duplicate columns of things that things should be in the system. For the total column now, I'm going to go in and edit column information and make sure that none of the extra credit or anything I don't want to go over is coming over. So instead of all grade columns, I'm actually just going to select which ones I want. So I hit select all, Command A or Control A, and I'm moving everything over. And then I'm just going through and making sure there's nothing in the site like the extra credit that I don't want being included in those totals. So here I'm taking out all the extra credit assignments. I'm going to hit submit. To make sure it's the way I want it, if I hover over total, you'll see I have 1,000 points available in my class, and there's 1,000 showing here. That's also a good way to tell that your numbers, that your grades, everything's set up correctly. If your possible points are not showing up correctly in your grade book, there could be an issue. And you can scroll over and make sure everything's displaying the way you want it to. If you want to change the position, here you can go into manage and you can actually change the column organization, so what is appearing first. And if you need to remove any of the students, the row visibility is another option. So I've checked my grade book. Again, I always encourage you to do that for quality assurance. If you see you're supposed to have 1,000 points total and there's 1,200 showing, there's something extra that shouldn't be there. And so that's a good thing to check. The next thing I want to do is upload my syllabus. So I'm going to go over under my syllabus link. I'm going to delete what's there now. And I'm going to attach a new file. So here I'm going to browse my computer. I'm going under my business law files. Here for spring 2020. And I'm going to attach the syllabus. Now I only have this right now in a Word document, so I'm going to actually convert it to a PDF. The reason for that is I want to make sure that my students can't make any changes to it. And so here I'm just going to save as in the same place as a PDF document. It also makes sure the students are seeing it the way you want them to, and instead of being a downloadable file, it's something that pops up, so it's usually a good thing to do. While I'm doing this, I'm also going to create just a schedule link. I find it's helpful to provide them the schedule alone. So I'm saving this as schedule, and I'm going to delete everything else they saw, and so that they just have a one-page schedule file. I'm deleting that now, and I'll make a PDF of that quickly, and then I'm going to upload both of those into the system. Alright, so I'm saving that now, and I'm going to save as a PDF as well. Okay, and that way I can put both of them into the system. So I'm closing out of those, and now I'm able to select first the syllabus. I'm going to hit choose. I usually copy this so the alt text is also there in case there's an impaired student in the class, and I hit submit, and now that link is set up in the class. Same thing, I'm going to delete this file. You can actually type some text and have it, you just highlight the text and hit this little paper clip to attach the file to the text. I like it to show the actual file name, so that's why I'm attaching the file without anything written there. It'll automatically put in the file name. And again, I'm just going to copy this so that it's showing the alt text to students. I'm going to hit submit, submit. So now to make sure all these changes stay, I need to hit submit in my Blackboard site as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit submit at the very bottom of that page. Now this is still showing what I see in terms of edit mode. I'm going to hit this button here where it says on. Anytime you turn that off, it's really showing you what students would see in your course. So if a student hit the syllabus link, this is what would appear for them. That'll also allow me to access the syllabus, and I can check and make sure it's the way I want it on the site. So now that we've uploaded the syllabus, another thing that's helpful to do is quickly change dates. I'll show you that in a moment. And then also if you have any students who are disability support services that have accommodations, sometimes they'll get an accommodation letter asking that they might get something like double time on the test. If that happens, you can go under the test itself and hit edit the test options. You'll see a lot of information, a lot of changes you can make regarding the test. What you want to look for is the test availability exceptions. It's towards the bottom. There, if you click add user or group, you can choose a student, hit submit, and then here you can make changes, like I'm going to allow her 120 minutes instead on the exam because she's supposed to get double time, for example. And then you just want to hit submit. I'm going to cancel because that was just to show you. So the last thing you want to do to set up your course is change dates. Now you can do that by going under each assignment and each quiz and changing the dates to match your syllabus. I find the quickest way to do it is to go under course tools and to hit date management. You can automatically shift all the dates if you'd like to, or you can say list all dates for review. I usually list all the dates for review so I get a chance to take a look, make sure they're the way I want them. Now the process will just take a couple minutes to run, and then it's going to list all the different dates in the class so you can make adjustments to the schedule. Right now it's showing the schedule I had for the course I copied over from, which was a winter class. So it's going to have all those same dates, and I need to update them based on the syllabus. So I'm going in here under next. I'm going to pull up my syllabus. And I'm going to try to make sure each of these dates align. So here I'm going down to my schedule, and it looks like for the first few modules, this is an accelerated class, they need to have a deadline of February 2nd. If I go back to the site and I hit this little do right here, it'll sort them all by the deadline. There's some older stuff showing here, and there's a lot of information showing here because I have a lot of old announcements. So I'm going to go under select options and click the assignments only. And the discussion boards, if you have an online class, and the tests. Those are the only ones I need to make changes to. Again, if I hit do here, it's going to show me, this way it's showing the oldest to newest, what's coming due. And so I can see right away I need to adjust each of these dates. So right now it's December 29th is showing for a number of assignments. I'm going to take all the ones that are listed as December 29th. And I'm actually just going to go in and say adjust dates. Now the nice thing with adjusting the dates is you can adjust them up or down. Give me a moment, I'm going to try to show you the screen. There we go. You can adjust them up or down. So if you go negative, I